धर्माचार्यमयी
धर्माचार्यमयी धर्माचार्यमयी
मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी
मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी
दीपकलानाथमयी
दीपकलानाथमयी दीपकलानाथमयी
धर्म आचार्यमयी. Dharma changes based on desha, kala and situation. Where you are living, if you are living in Himalayas, you need to protect yourself as a jiva, normal jiva. If you are a great saint, that's a different thing, jiva. Kala, time, Kali Yuga, some of the rules may not be applicable now, but still we are following. There is a story. A saint was normally doing Homa daily, and there was a cat disturbing his havan. So whenever the cat comes, he used to put a basket over the cat and stop its movement. The saint died. The cat died. His son also continued to do the Homa, but put a basket by his side. This is how the old dharma is being followed without understanding the reason for the dharma. So, dharma changes. Dharma acharyamayam. Who will teach us? Suppose in illusion I may leave the perfect dharmas also. If the same philosophy is applied, there is a danger of leaving the old dharmas. That should not happen. But I should follow the dharma pertaining to this time. Who will teach? Dharma acharyamayi. Hold her legs. Sruti Hemanta Sindhuri Kruta Padabdya Dhulika. Where the Vedas are thriving, dharmas are thriving, she will teach you dharma. First dharma she teaches you. My child, I gave you a wonderful opportunity of being a human being. Your dharma as a human is gratitude and happiness. Don't leave that. You can worship me in gratitude. You can experience me in happiness. This is the dharma. Only for God you need to shed the tears. All the bhaktas cried. God came because they cried for God. Now also we cry. Except for God, we cry for any other thing. That's why God is not coming. So, happiness is manusha dharma. What is the use of taking the birth of a human being if you cannot maintain your happiness irrespective of the situations before you? You cannot maintain the gratitude towards the mother irrespective of the people around you. Everything is sent by her. That is the first dharma. Then, as a child, you have a dharma to respect your parents. I always share, I am like this because I never yelled at my parents. Never, never. That's why mother, first person who cannot be yelled at is mother. I'll give you a 5 kilo stone, tie it to your stomach and ask you to sleep with that 24/7, move with that for 9 months. Can you do that? Then you know what great service the mother has done to you. She left so many food items because they are not suitable for you. She ate so many items even though she didn't like because they are suitable for you. Mother, father, never go against them. That is the duty of the child towards a parent. When you go to the school, college, your life should be focused only on that. As a student, your dharma is not to distract your attention from the studies. Life is there to enjoy. If you just focus for this 6 or 10 years, rest of the life, you can reap the benefits of your focus. So as a student, you have a dharma. and you get a job. As a person of the middle age, you have a dharma of earning money in the ethical ways, enough for your happy living. 10% of your income doesn't belong to you. You need to distribute to the people around you. That is the dharma. When you marry as a husband or as a wife, you have a dharma to the other partner. Marriage is an understanding that there will be differences between two entities and try to adjust with that and not try to change the other person. And now you become a father or a mother. You have a dharma towards your children. You have a bounden duty of leading a lifestyle that will give inspiration to your children. Then you come to 60 years of age. That's where you need to pack up your luggage. All the passions, all the attachments, you need to close. And be ready to completely focus on the Creator and the Mother, so that the departure will not be painful. Vanaprastha. To understand this, she created ashrama dharmas. The dharma for the person who crossed 60 is explained beautifully in Bhaskara Satakam. The meaning of it. We waste our time in a childhood playing games. That's fine. She'll excuse because you don't know. When you reach youth, you go behind the desires, the pleasures. That's also fine. When you reach middle age, when you have a samsara, your main focus is to earn money. Where to put mutual funds, this fund, that funds. That's also fine. There is a reason for that. You have a samsara. At least when you have completed the fulfillment of your responsibilities towards the samsara, at least then, don't you focus on the source? Don't you focus on the Jagat Pita, Jagat Mata, who has given your life? The physical mother gives you life. Jagat Pita gives you life, physical mother, and the universe also, the world also to experience. Without the world, what is your life? This is given by the Jagat Mata. So, your dharma at 60, Shashtyabdi Purti, it will reduce the focus on the samsara and spend more time towards bringing a purpose to your life. Reading books, Grandha Patanam, knowing the secrets of life, secrets of lifestyles by reading the histories of great saints and trying to implement that in the shortest available time you have. You know, in the examination, time up, 10 minutes more. How do you write? Do you remember? How did you write? Do you remember? You write in a hurry. Now you know the things, all the things are coming back. All the answers are coming back. You need to finish up the paper. Otherwise, you have to attend the same exam again. Don't you apply the same logic to the life? I feel pity on those grandmothers and grandparents who still worry about the studies of their grandchildren, who still worry about the marriages of their grandchildren. After 60, you are not supposed to get anger because you are a role model at least to 20-30 people of your family. You are climbing up the ladder. Everybody will look at you and try to learn. Durvyasana, bad habits, is not drinking, playing cards, and other things that may spoil your body. Anger, lust, self-centeredness, narrow-mindedness. this spoils your life. This spoils your punya kirti. So I need to reduce. I need to focus on Universal Mother. I need to focus on my inefficiencies and try to rectify that in the shortest possible time. My focus, my interest, my pleasure should be in reading the books, singing the bhajans, saying the stotras, silent meditation, nishabda dhyanam, things like that. If I don't have interest in those subjects, then what will happen? Your golden opportunity is lost. They say, prana prayana samaye narayana shabda matrena punarjanma nasyati. Universal Mother is so compassionate. She says, whatever happened in your life, that's fine. At least before you leave the body, recite my name, Narayana. Experience your presence in everything around you. That's the meaning of Narayana. I'll give you moksha, because that's the purpose of